Okay, hey, preseason game number 2. It's over finally. Vikings lose 24-16. I believe it's their 8th straight preseason loss for whatever that's worth, which is very little. Uh, Not much to say about this game. Um, um, they led at halftime. They led 9-7. Uh, 3 Joseph field goals. Mullins, you know, was getting beat up. Uh, he had a lot of penalties. Oli Udo was pretty bad. People are really down on Oli Udo, it looks like, on social media and everything. I mean, like, he's a backup. And he actually filled in okay at the end of the season last year for O'Neal, so I don't think it's that big a deal. Whatever. But people get mad that, like, the second team offensive line isn't good. Well, that's why they're the second team offensive line. I mean, nope, most teams don't have a good 5 offensive linemen, let alone 10. Um, but yeah, Mullins got beat up. Muse made another nice catch. What else? They didn't run very well. Chandler didn't have much of a game this time out. We'll see if that makes him a little more. Gets him back into looking for a running back. I don't think it's him. I just think it's the who he's running behind. If he's running behind the first team O line, I'm sure he'd be good. Um, what else? Not too much else on, like, not the first team. Maybe nobody played, but Jaron Hall got in there. They had like one nice drive where he hit a couple nice screens. Which, if you listen to Bears fans, if all you do is dump off screens that get a lot of yak, you're an elite quarterback. And he had a couple nice runs, and Dwayne McBride got in the end zone for the first time, so that was their one touchdown. But they never got the ball back to see if Hall could lead like a game tying drive, because boy, we gave up like 300 yards almost on the ground. A couple big runs, obviously Malik Willis got some runs. Say what you want. I'm glad we don't do it. A year ago, a lot of Vikings fans were saying, "Oh, we got to draft Malik Willis, and we got to draft him in the first round." Malik Willis looks like a fucking bust, huge bust. He can't throw. He can run around, and he gained some yards on some busted plays. But every time he had a good play in this game, it felt like a complete accident. Like, he is not good. Jaron Hall's not good right now, and maybe he'll never be good. But he was a 5th round, you know, developmental pick. He wasn't a guy who, in theory, they drafted to be their QB of the future over in Tennessee. Of course, they also drafted that Will Levis now. Um, but what else? Troy Dye got an interception. You know, Scene had a couple nice plays. He did blow a tackle on the one long touchdown. You know, it's crazy how, like, anytime like Lewis Scene or Andrew Booth blow a play, people just jump on that. People are so hopeful that those two guys never pan out. It's really bizarre. But that's a whole other topic. It's just the hatred of Quasey for not getting rid of Kirk. I won't get into that. So what else? I don't know if there's much else. This is just kind of a nothing game, as I'm sure the game against Arizona next week will be a nothing game. Honestly, the practices with Tennessee this week were more entertaining than this game. And of course, we had actual first teamers out there. I'm sure there'll be even fewer guys playing against Arizona. Almost nobody played. This week we had a few guys hurt that they kept out. But yeah, so 24-16 we lose, but it doesn't really matter. We just got to get through one more of these. They got the practices, the joint practices next week with the Cardinals, and then they play them next Saturday at the Purple Palace, and then it's a couple weeks from that, and we get real games. But I don't know what I don't know what changed. I don't know if anyone gained, made the team. Oh, what's that? Najee Thompson, or is that his name? He made a really nice tackle on special teams, kind of a flashy play. That's about it. I can't believe I've gone on for 5 minutes on this game. That was a nothing game. Um, but I watched all of it because I'm a sick person. You got to be a sick person to watch 4 quarters of preseason game these days. At least someone bought my tickets, and thank you for whoever bought my tickets. Give me a little money. Um, so yeah, um, you know, the kicking competition ended this week. They cut the guy from Georgia who was supposedly he was going to be kicking this whole weekend, but in this game, but so it's Greg Joseph unless there's a waiver pickup. I think there's going to be some interesting waiver stuff happening this year because they might be still trying to get some players in here. But I don't know how much we want to make from this. Like a lot of guys didn't look good, but Kevin O'Connell clearly does not care about preseason football at all. And they had a pretty good showing in those joint practices with the Titans. So, and that's mostly with players who are actually going to play. So I think that matters more. All right, I'm going to stop talking. 24-16 Vikings lose, but who cares?